from the bar stage to literally winning $1,000. This is his journey of the unexpected, but we all knew it was expected success because all success comes from the mind, and he was already psychologically the winner before he even stepped on the stage. So I want to introduce Joshua Kennedy here today, and we're going to hear a lot about him today. So can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Joshua Kennedy. Like she said, I'm 23, almost going to be 24 in a couple days. I am currently living in Macon, Georgia, and I just love to sing. So, yeah,
Yes. And so he's been a singer technically your whole life, right?
no, not professionally, but yeah.
So he's technically not a professional singer, but he did this for fun. And look where it got him. Like it literally won him the competition, even though he wasn't a professional. So this is really a testament to if you believe you can win, you will. And it proves how far your mindset can take you. So I want you to take us back to when you first started singing, like realizing that you knew you could sing. And did you think that you would ever be doing competitions, like singing competitions?
Well, to be honest, growing up singing, I never really did many professional, any talent shows, and nothing like that. I solely ever just sung just because I wanted to, and I'm just part of the choir every now and then. But nowadays, I just really go to the bar and do karaoke. I can't lie. That's really what got me inspired to just start singing more. Anyway, my friend invited me to the karaoke bar one day, and that was really it. I went every other day, every other week. I mean, and just got used to singing in front of people. I think that was really my main issue. I wasn't really a very confident singer growing up, which is why I didn't really participate in a lot of things. So just to be able to actually have that confidence from something so simple is actually really what got me where am today. You know?
Yeah. So it's almost like you were like the training wheels of just getting the confidence built. And then by the time you got to the competition, you were already,
Exactly.
there mentally. No, that makes total sense. And then so what made you enter? Like when you entered, were you scared? Were you confident? Like when you handed in your application to say, okay, we're gonna go ahead and do this. Like what was your initial feeling after getting
Well,
there?
to be honest, I had tried for it one time before. The very first time, I didn't really take it seriously because I didn't know exactly. It was my first time there. I didn't know what the crowd was like. I didn't know what the judges were like, if there were even judges, honestly. So, I mean, at the first, no, I wasn't nervous until I
Mhm.
found out just how serious they actually take the competition. At that point, yeah, I was definitely nervous. I mean, we were being graded based off of our points, like stage presence, mic technique, all kinds of stuff. And it was just kind of crazy really seeing how people really critique you and stuff like that. That's not
Yeah.
something I would have really expected, especially just doing karaoke in a bar. Nobody cares.
So it started out as like a passion, just like your passion for singing, and it turned into you applying for this competition, but you didn't even think that it was taken that seriously. For
Exactly.
anyone that
Because
wants to, Mhm.
I was just gonna say, just because when you think of karaoke at a bar, you don't really think everybody's gonna sound terrible. Nobody's really going up there picking good
Exactly.
songs. But the place that I went to called Friends on the Hill down in Warner Robins. That place has a bunch of talented people. That's really what got me inspired to actually
Yeah.
start singing because not only were these people actually good, they were doing this on a random Thursday night. So it was like, if they can do this just for fun, I can get up there and try because I know I can sing.
Yeah.
I just needed the actual confidence to accept opinions from people and stuff like that. I wouldn't say accept their criticism is their opinions because not all criticism is valid when it comes to you. You know how good you are, even if you don't necessarily have the confidence. You just don't let anybody ever tell you how good you are. You just stick to it and stay practicing and just make sure you keep doing it for fun. Like that's really the important thing that kept me going is that I knew I was only doing this for fun while it was helping me really craft my voice into what I wanted it to be.
Yeah. So it's like that actually falls into the next thing I want to talk about is that a lot of people would just never try. Like most of the time when we think about karaoke, like you mentioned, it's normally just people up there playing around. But at the location you're at, there are a ton of talented singers. And so if someone else was in the crowd, they might have said the opposite of what you said. You're like, oh, that inspires me to do it. And somebody else
Exactly.
would say, no, I'm just not going to try because I would never win against those people. So it's really a different mindset that you even came into it with before once you started to witness the singers that were there. So what would you say to people who would be on the opposite thought of that and just say, well, I don't want to try because everyone is already so good here, but they know they have a passion for singing.
Well, honestly, I would just say that there's nothing wrong with just doing, you know?
Mm,
I feel like we hold ourselves back so much just because we
mm,
don't know. We have this fear that somebody's not going to like us. They're not going to think we're that good. And like I said, that's not necessarily what my mindset was going into, or just singing in general, let alone being in the competition. It wasn't, oh, do these people know I'm good? Oh, are they going to really see my talent? My mindset was more so, I'm going to blow this out of the water because I know that I am good, you know?
wow.
You don't worry about, I mean, yes, it's a competition, so you do gotta worry about being judged, but it's not really about that. It's about your comfortability in your talent. If you're not comfortable within your talent, even if you are talented, you will not succeed because you don't have the courage to actually step out and do something different. Like even with singing,
Mm,
like,
yeah.
some people they sing fine, bare minimum, not too much going on. But in order to be a real like performer, you have to do things out the box. You have to make that weird movement with your mouth, or you hit that high note that you usually wouldn't hit,
Yeah.
because you just don't know whether or not it'll work out for you. You got to be different. You cannot be stagnant. You can't
Yeah.
be. It's just I feel like I'm rambling, but you know what I mean, right? Yeah.
No, no, that's perfect, and I love the fact that you have all these small little points. It's gonna be so helpful to someone who's watching this back to take notes on everything you're saying. So feel free to just add whatever you need to. Um, but it also relates so much to every part of life outside of just the singing because it sounds like when you build that confidence just in that one thing, that would probably trickle into your entire life,
Exactly.
right? Yeah.
Because honestly, ever since won this competition, it not only did I win some pretty good money from just being talented, I actually
Yeah.
I can feel it in myself that I can do anything that I want to do. It doesn't even matter if it's this or going back to school or anything. You just gotta put your mind to it and have that confidence that you will do good.
Yeah. So it's like mindset over talent almost.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it's like the most
Because
talented person.
you
Yeah.
can have talent, but if you don't have courage, you're doing nothing with your talent.
Mm. You'll literally just you'll have it, but it's not going to be shown, so it doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that's so important because you can't have the talent. It's not really talent if nobody sees it, right?
Exactly.
And so, yeah.
And then my thing, like I said before, it's not really talent if you're not doing it to the fullest extent. If you're not taking certain risks with what you normally do in order to sound or be different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like putting your full authentic self into it. Yeah.
Exactly. You
Like
can't
make
go into it, even if you feel like you're talented, you shouldn't be like, oh, well, if that's the case, then I don't really need to put in much effort because I know I'm gonna win. No, that's not the case. If you
mm,
know you're talented, then you need to blow them out of the water by doing everything in your power. You know what I mean?
yeah. If you're going to get the shot to do it,
Go
might as
all
well go
out.
for it. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Yeah. And
And
then for any mhm,
I was just gonna talk about the competition more because
yeah.
that's how I low key felt like when I was in the competition. Um, Mind you, everybody was really good. There wasn't a single person that I feel like just didn't deserve to be in it or didn't deserve to win either.
Wow.
It's just that, sometimes talented people feel like they don't have to do a lot. And when it came to
Mhm.
maybe a couple people in the competition, I feel like They were very good. There was absolutely nothing wrong with their performance, but they didn't wow anybody. They didn't have anything interesting going on, no stage presence. You can be a good singer, but the competition wasn't just about singing. It was about being a whole artist essentially, whether or not your song
Literally. Yeah.
like really moves an audience. Like, and mind you, because this is karaoke, you can pick any song you want. Everybody's picking different genres, country, Chapel Roan, dang on, Tennessee whiskey. Like, you never know what you're gonna hear. But at the same time, if everybody's always heard that, they're not gonna be wowed. You gotta
Mm,
pick something different. Like, honestly, one of the girls in the competition, the song she got in the competition with was Tennessee Whiskey, and she still decided to sing Tennessee Whiskey in the competition. And that didn't really make sense to me because it's like, we heard you do that, you know? Even if you
yeah.
did sound really good, what's new? What's different? You're not taking a risk. You're trying to
Mm.
rely on the same song you won the competition with. That doesn't really scream confident, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Because you are like everyone has already heard you sing that. And all it does is give off the energy that you don't believe in the fact that you could just pick another song and still do great. There are millions of songs. Why would you
Millions of
repeat
songs.
the same song again? Like there are so many songs. And there may even be songs that are similar to Tennessee Whiskey, but aren't the like picking the exact same song, like
It's
you could
kinda
use the same genre, the same, kind of tempo, the same
even the
rhythm
same
type of song,
artist, if
even the
that's your
same
artist.
artist. Yeah, so that really makes a big difference. So, what made you choose the songs that you chose? And you can go through, each song and just give a few points on what made you choose it, because you say that the judgment wasn't just about the talented singing, it was about being able to capture the audience and move an audience and make people feel like, they were standing in front of a star, and so that's why you were able to
Exactly.
win. So, tell us why you picked each song and what you wanted to pull out of the audience using each song as your like that was your strategy for winning, basically.
Yeah. Well, I will start off by saying that when it comes to me doing karaoke in general, when I go to the places versus the competition or anything, I try to never do the same song twice.
Okay.
Only because you never know what's gonna grab somebody's attention versus what they like really, really like, you know? And I have picked songs where I know for a fact that this is gonna get the crowd jumping, and I've picked songs that I probably the only person that knew inside the building at the time. But that never mattered because I always was still getting people's attention with everything else, you
Wow.
know?
Yeah.
So when it comes to the competition song, well, I'll say the competition songs that I picked was Do for Love by Snow Allegra, which is a cover or like a remake of What You Won't Do. And then I did Let Me Love You by Mario. I did those songs because, well, one, like I said, the first one was a cover. It was a change on the original song while still sounding really good, but just different enough to where, oh, it's like, oh, I can vibe with this versus what is this? And then you realize this is that song. It just sounds so much better. It's
Mm,
different. And like Snow
yeah.
Allegra is a very heavy soul R&B artist. So
Mhm.
you can only imagine how that's gonna get grab somebody's attention during a competition.
Yeah.
But the fact that and in that round, I had won second place for that song. So it was already really good. This is out of 6 people in the competition. So
You were already ranking, like, off of that,
exactly.
yeah.
With a song that was a different version of a classic. The classic could have did good too, but I decided to go with a different rendition just because I'm sure nobody in that building had heard it, you
Yeah.
know? And for my second song, now at that point, I was picking a crowd winner that I knew would get everybody's attention. And Let Me Love You by Mario has probably played on the radio so many times. Everybody knows that song. There's no way nobody doesn't. So
Literally.
like it was a classic pick. And because everybody was picking good songs too. Like I said, Tennessee Whiskey, um, You're Gonna Love Me by J Hood, like it was good songs.
Yeah.
I, And now that at that point, I can't explain what they were thinking. So honestly, even in my opinion, that I'm sorry, I was laughing at the comment.
No, I saw that too. I was like, I think we laughed at the same time.
Yeah.
Someone in the comment said, "Frank Ocean, is that you?" So
No,
that's
I
funny.
wish if I was, I'd provide consistent music. Let me stop.
Well, he doesn't actually release. So I guess you're on the right track. You are Frank Ocean also.
Oh no, literally. But yeah, no, I say that just to say that. No, well, I forgot one more song. Ended up being a surprise song. I had to do Backstreet Boys, I think. I Want It That Way. That's Backstreet Boys. Now, I don't
Okay.
know that song from a can of paint, but and I didn't even place in that round. So, because I don't know, I didn't know the chorus. I barely knew the chorus, let alone the verses. But the fact that I still won, even though I didn't place in the third round, because like I said, I won second place the first round and first place the second round. I didn't even have to worry
Wow.
about doing bad in the third one because I had already won.
Literally, yeah. And so it's almost like if you go in with all your confidence, you're actually setting yourself up for success because you've already like put your all into the first two songs and you
Mhm.
already ranked really high. And so by the time you got to the end, everybody's probably tired. Everybody's like, okay, like let's go ahead and finish this
They're
last
giving it
song.
up. Either
So,
that or they received a bad song from the box because we all had to
mm,
do a mystery song, and not everybody knew their song, and some people did. A girl
yeah,
actually got Michael Jackson, and I thought she would have won that.
yeah.
I should have got that,
No,
but
that's a super pop. It's anything that would have been on that paper would have been popular and would have been able to,
exactly,
yeah, for
exactly.
sure.
But yeah,
So you were able to like you ranked second and then you ranked first and then you didn't even place but you still won. So
mhm.
I'm interested in knowing more about the breakdown of how they were judging you. Kind of just give a overview of everything you were ranked on.
Well, like I said in the beginning, they based it off of pretty much everything. And
Mhm.
from what I can remember on the sheet of paper, we had stage presence, mic technique, song choice, um, vocal technique, and
Mhm.
there was a fifth one. Well, there's six categories. I just cannot remember them because those are the ones that are more important to me. Your song choice. That's really what matters. Your song
Mhm.
choice, your stage presence, and your mic technique. Because even if you sound good, nobody wants to hear you screaming in the mic because you don't know how to push it back. You gotta
Yeah. Like
like
you mean like just like that so
know
that
know when to draw back and pull forward. If you're gonna
okay.
hit a high note, you come close. If you're gonna scream like J Hud, all the way back.
Yeah. To make sure you're not blowing out everyone's ears.
Exactly. And that's I know there was something else. I just cannot. I think it was song choice and also how well you remember the song you pick because
Mm.
honestly, I had messed up in my first song. I got every word right except literally one, and that just got me enough points off of it. So, it's just like they're really, really judgy. Like they pick apart everything about your performance. And like I said, that's why when it came to most of the song selections or the ones ah it's hard to really gauge cuz also you got to remember it's about where you are as well.
Yeah.
I can say that the place that I did the competition at was pretty well mixed as far as diversity.
Okay.
So, it's hard to even gauge because you may get one side of the crowd hype while the other side doesn't even know what this song is, you know?
Yeah, no, that sounds like a huge struggle to try to overcome to do something that everybody would know or everybody would vibe with at least like because it's really hard to vibe with a song if you don't know the words. At least I feel that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
So do
yeah.
you feel like the songs that you picked did what you wanted them to do? Like you felt like they did exactly what you
Oh, for
wanted?
sure,
Yeah.
100%. By the end of "Let Me Love You" by Mario, I had everybody going back and forth with the lyrics in the song, like, cause. at the end of the day, like I said, everybody knows that song. Even if you don't know all the words, you're gonna know the catchy parts, the parts where you're required to
Mm.
sing back and forth. If I was your man, baby, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because crowd participation. That was also another category.
Mm,
Stage presence is I feel like stage presence and crowd participation low keys goes hand in hand because you could be dancing all up and down the stage and nobody in the crowd will still be vibing with you, you know? Like
yikes.
for
You
me,
don't want that.
yeah, no, not at all. For me personally, I'm gonna get off the stage. I'm gonna walk down on the floor. I'm gonna walk up to somebody,
Mm,
touch their hand, dance with them. You got to be able to actually interact. See, I feel like a competition like that is what breeds actual performers and not even necessarily artists, but mostly performers because
mm,
you can make music and you can be really good and you can get famous off of making music and never sing on stage once.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But this
exactly.
type of stuff is for people who can perform under pressure, especially at the end with a mystery song being picked. You don't know what you're gonna choose, and you still have to go up there
Literally.
and kill it. They still grade you just as much as they would grade all the songs that you chose, because at the end of the day, it's about your confidence. There was a boy, I can just be completely honest, I can't lie. There was somebody in that competition that literally in my should I say this? I feel like it's gonna be mean.
Did you? Well, this is going up on YouTube, so be conservative if you want to be, but be as honest as you allow yourself.
There was one particular person in the competition that, in my opinion, could not sing at all. But but they still managed to place over people who could sing just because of the fact that he had enough confidence to go up there and sing the songs that he
Mm,
did. And mind you, the songs that he sung were hard. He picked some John Legend songs. It's not easy to sing John Legend.
no, it's not, because
Yeah.
he goes up and down
Up and
and
down, he
at,
used every breath
yeah.
in his chest. So, like, and I feel like that's what the judges were acknowledging by placing him
Mm,
above certain people who were definitely better singers than him. Them.
yeah. Yeah. No, that actually points out a really good point that the judges put him over people who could technically sing better, but it's about what people are getting from your performance, not necessarily just your talent. It's like
Exactly.
nobody wants to watch a good singer that can't make them feel anything,
Exactly.
you
If that's the
know?
case, I'd just listen to the radio or something. Like, if I'm gonna come
Literally.
out to watch you, you have to be able to keep my attention with or without singing, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, even it comes down to how you look. Like, I remember I wore a nice little outfit with my favorite jacket because the colors popped and I knew it would grab people's attention. Meanwhile, there were now mind you, some of them were really well dressed too. The lady who sung first, she had a real nice suit on.
Oh,
Like everybody was really
okay.
well, not everybody. There were certain people that only came in like sweats and a t-shirt or some leggings and joggers, like all over the place.
Yeah.
Basically, some people basically you can tell who wanted to win and who just wanted to be a part of the competition.
Mm. Let's talk about that for a little bit. Like the how you look is actually playing a big part because people wanna experience the full thing. They're not just listening to a voice. Like you said, you would just listen to the radio if you wanted to just hear a voice.
Exactly.
But you're going to a performance, so it's what you're seeing. It's who their stage presence is, how they're able to collaborate with the crowd itself. So what were some of your strategies on well, you said, like, the colors were popping, so that's able to catch the audience. Was there any other thing that you used, like, with your appearance or your stage presence that was able to draw people in more? That you feel like really made a significant difference?
Yeah, well, besides my outfit, and the only other thing I can say is that like I said, I got down, I got up in people's faces while we were while I was singing my songs, making sure that everybody was really following along, even with the Snow Allegra song, because Snow Allegra is a lot slower of a artist as far
Mm,
as like her music.
yeah.
So
Like, every syllable is, like, drawn out for her, like,
exactly,
just yeah.
especially "Do for Love," that might as well be a sad love song.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that you can really turn that into something else. It doesn't just have to be all slow and sensual. It's like
Yeah.
it's even jazzy, you know? It's like you're supposed to make do with whatever it is. So if I'm
Mhm.
slow singing, I'm slow walking. I'm slow walking up to you. I'm singing. I'm serenading you. You know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
how in "Let Me Love You," that's a love song, but it's a little more fast paced.
Mm.
Everybody can dance, you know, bob their head. I can get down on, like I said, whenever I performed, I got down on the ground. I made sure to be in people's faces. I was like, y'all are going to see me. Y'all aren't just going to be walking around talking to your friends and stuff. You came here to watch a competition. You're going to watch a competition.
Right, yeah.
That's the mindset that people need to have versus they get on
Mm.
stage, they're like, oh, nobody's looking at me. I guess I'll just tone
Wow.
it down. I guess I'll
Wow.
just stop. Like, no, you know?
Wow. You literally went against the grain. Like, you went against what the audience may have been doing so you can pull that energy out of them instead of saying, "Oh, they're just, you
No,
know,
like, nobody's paying
they're
attention,
just."
like yeah. No, you can't
Yeah,
do that. That's giving that might as well be the same as giving up.
right. And you still have to finish the song. So if you're up there, you might as well
Right, and if
do what
how
you
you
need to
start
do.
it like, you can't start off strong and then finish weak and expect to be anywhere in a competition, you know?
Mhm.
You gotta
Yeah.
start off strong and finish stronger.
This entire thing sounds so mental. Like, it sounds like very psychological. Just making like understanding the psychology behind what you're actually doing. You're not just getting up there and singing because that's like just having talent, but having the
Exactly.
strategy behind picking the right songs, wearing the right thing, doing the right thing with the audience. When the song's going fast, you're moving like a little bit more uppity. When the song's going slow, you're serenading, you're getting close up. Like
Mhm.
everything that you're listing is all things that a lot of people wouldn't think about. And so how did you like it's all this like intentional? Is all of it kind of just instinctual? Like, what's going on while you're up there? Is it kind of like a blackout moment and you're just doing whatever your body wants to do? Like, how does all that happen?
Honestly, that's a hard question to answer. Only because of 2 reasons. 1, I don't really have a plan necessarily when I go up, you know? It's not like,
Mm,
"Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that." Everything is I can say it's reactionary.
wow.
Y
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely instinctual when you're up there, and, like, now, like 'cause before the competition, I had known I was gonna be in there, like, a week before I was actually in it because I won the last spot. So I didn't have too much time to necessarily prepare everything that I wanted to. I mean, I was going through so many songs. The songs that I ended up picking that night wasn't even the ones I had told my friends I was gonna sing, so they didn't even realize, you know?
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to think about because, like I said, when you get there, you don't know what the crowd is like until you're actually in there, so you don't know, "Oh,
Mm,
what's this side feeling versus what this side's feeling? Are they all feeling this or is nobody feeling it?" Like, so
yeah.
a lot of stuff you really gotta think of on the fly.
Mm,
Planning is good, but it can also kind of hinder you because you could plan for a whole scenario that isn't even the case when you show up to the place. Like I could have picked
oh,
these different songs, had this on, blah, 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 shown up, realized that none of this would ever mesh with any of these people. Like I said, Warner Robins is a bit of a countryer area. So they're gonna listen to the slower country music. They're
mhm.
gonna vibe more with older R&B than newer artists, you know, like
That makes
Coco
sense. Yeah.
Jones or something. They're not gonna know who that is. And I'm sure they didn't even know who Snow Allegra was,
Mm.
but I know they knew who the writer of "Do for What You Won't Do" is. That's why I picked that
Wow.
song
That's
because
so smart.
yeah, like they're gonna know what this is, but they're not gonna know what this version is. So it's gonna throw them off, but it's gonna keep their attention because they hear familiar lyrics, but they don't hear a familiar beat. You know,
Yeah. Exactly.
that's why I use that as my first song anyway. Now, "Let Me Love You, Mario," it was just something that I've never sung that song in public, and I always wanted to do it. It was
Yeah.
really fun too. But,
No, that sounds like it would be really fun, and I'm sure everyone was like
yeah, I mean, that's the one
yeah,
that won me first place.
exactly, and they were singing back and forth and just The whole thing was a vibe for sure.
Yeah, facts.
And
But
then
yeah,
for the competition you did, are you eligible to, like, redo that same one or, like, and
not
just
the
win again?
same one. I
No?
could. I really wish I could. I could be in it. I could sing if I wanted to, but I couldn't win.
Oh. So
Yeah,
like, you can participate, but you can't take the money.
exactly.
Okay. No, that makes sense. And then do you wanna do more competitions? Maybe find a different place and just start, like, winning all the bars around or what? Like
You know, that would be a vibe actually. I've been hearing a couple of things on like social media, and I would see hints of people have already been to competitions. I guess they don't want to tell
mm,
me, I don't want to steal their spots, but
yeah.
don't be haters.
Yeah. Don't be gatekeepers. Don't be
Exactly.
gatekeepers.
Gatekeeping the competition is crazy. If you feel
Yeah.
like you're gonna lose, just say that.
Yikes.
Let me
No, it
stop.
sounds like that's what we talked about earlier, that confidence
That
mark. I mean,
confidence. Exactly.
if you told me about a competition, I would assume that you would probably win it because you're telling me you're confident enough to not hide it. Like, you're confident enough to tell me about something that you're doing before you even do it. You're not scared of me taking your
Exactly.
place, you know? So for someone to gatekeep it kind of gives off that, not as confident vibe. So all that really does play a part. And then if you had to sum up this entire journey of just like going from doing all the contests before to kind of prepare for or being on stage and just singing the karaoke and then getting into the contest and then winning, like you got the last spot in the contest, like to sign up, and then you
Mhm.
won the competition, but you only started doing the contest like like singing karaoke less than a year ago, and before the year ended you won your
Already
first
won a
competition, like,
competition,
you
so
already won a competition. So, kinda
exactly.
how does that journey, like, sum up for you? Like, how does that feel?
Honestly, it's really weird because it's
Mm.
not something that I would have ever expected, like, at all. Like, the
What?
competition showing up was just so random, like, and everybody's like, "Oh, you should try." And now, mind you, there was one beforehand that I did originally try for, but I didn't have that confidence, so I didn't even win a spot in it.
Um,
Like, so that's what it was, and it was a while back because this competition was in the at the end of November. I had tried earlier, April, like June, like
okay.
May to June. That's when I tried the first competition, but that was when I was
Mm,
real fresh in the karaoke, really fresh in the singing in general.
yeah,
Didn't really have my voice or know what it was that I could excel at in singing. But by the time I had got to the winter competition, I had already sung karaoke almost 100 times. Like I've sung so many songs. Like I said, I've sung songs that everybody would know, and I've tried songs that nobody would know and
yeah,
just kind of tested and seen what gets people's attention, what doesn't. Like I remember I remember one situation that really stuck with
mm,
me when I decided to sing a song that I knew nobody would sing by Cleo Soul. And this guy had came up to me. He was like, "Yo, man, I usually know all your songs and stuff, but I didn't know what that was at all. Who was that?" Blah blah blah. I'm just like, yeah. I mean, it was just this. It wasn't really for anybody. Cause the way he was talking, he kinda made it seem like, "Oh, why would you sing that? Nobody knows who that is." And it was like even though he didn't say it was bad, he just didn't
yeah,
know at all. And I'm
yeah,
just like, "Well, I mean, it wasn't for you." That's simply what I told him, you know?
yeah,
It was for me to sing. I like that y'all were still interested, but at the end of the day, I sing because I want to sing. I don't
yeah,
sing for the pleasure of other people or just to let everybody know, "Hey, I'm so talented," or whatever, whatever. Like, that's not what it's about. It's really just about wanting to show off your ability to just use your talent.
yeah. And it's like you can do these competitions, like, this is what it sounds like you can do these competitions without feeling like you need to people please who's gonna be in the in the crowd, excuse me, because you can literally pick a song that you know everyone's gonna love, but that you don't like singing, but you're doing it to people please, like, and so that people can like you. But that's not what's gonna
Exactly.
make them like you anyways. It's about your confidence in picking songs that you wanna sing and being strategic to say, okay, I'm gonna sing this one because they can, because of this audience likes this, so I'll pick something along those lines, but you're not just gonna pick some songs that you don't even like singing, because then the whole
Exactly.
competition's gonna like beat you out the water because like your confidence isn't gonna be there because you're trying to do it for other people. So the fact that he came up to you and said that really shows like you, first of all, you don't care who's gonna say whatever they want to say,
Right.
but two, you get to sing whatever you want to sing, and if it's not for them, it's literally not for them. But your strategy was different when it came to the competition because you actually was like, okay, I'm gonna pick songs I like, but also, not really test the waters too crazy, right? The karaoke was
Exactly.
for that. So the fact that you even did
Exactly.
that, that was
Exactly.
so smart. That was like literally so smart. Yeah.
Yeah, and it helps that the guy that had the competition also every so often does karaoke, like just on the
Mm,
regular. So
yeah.
that way I can get a feel of how that crowd is. Cause the crowd at the competition place is way different from the crowd where I do the actual karaoke at.
Oh,
It's a lot
okay.
more uh what's the word? It's a lot more urban.
Urban. It's a lot more urban. What is like country-ish
Like
or
black.
oh, okay. I
Yeah.
understand, I understand.
It's a
Oh,
definitely a black it's black owned for one. But yeah.
okay. Okay, that makes sense, though. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Oh, why the crowd would be like that.
exactly.
So,
So you're not.
yeah.
I'm definitely going to excel more at singing classic R&B stuff, or even the older stuff like Aretha Franklin or Sade. You know, they love that. I remember I was up there with this older woman, and we were singing "Your Love Is King." You know, like
Wow.
and no,
Y'all
and
took it all the way.
exactly all the way
Yo,
back.
that's hilarious because y'all took it back that far, but also, I'm sure it sounded amazing,
Oh
though.
yeah,
So, yeah.
thanks.
So I wanted to ask you if there's anyone like let's zoom out of the music and the singing and let's just apply what all the things that you just literally taught us about confidence and you taught us about going for what you want. Let's zoom out of the singing, just talk to people that want to succeed at something in life and they're doubting themselves. Like they have the opportunity to do something, but they just don't know what to do, like how to get there. Like what would you tell them and what would you want them to know?
Honestly, when it comes to my mindset, I just think in terms of we only have so much time in the world. So
Mm,
why not use it to uplift everybody with what God gave you? You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
we have these talents, we have
Wow.
these abilities, we have these skills for a reason. And maybe that reason may
Mm,
not to be on completely famous or world changing. You don't have to be a doctor curing cancer or Beyonce on her next tour in order to be impactful with your talent. You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah.
That's what people
Wow,
should think.
that's a crazy perspective shift. I never even thought about it like that, honestly. Wow.
Yeah. That's how I've
Yeah.
always thought about life. It's like life is too short to not take advantage of the abilities that you have. Whether
Yeah.
it's cooking or singing, drawing, writing music, writing a book, like and you don't have to be the best. You don't have to be Oprah Winfrey or anybody. Like you don't have to be the biggest and baddest. You just have to do enough to where you actually make an impact on somebody's life.
Wow. Yeah. And the impacts you can make really aren't they're not even measurable. Like you don't know how big your impact can ever be. It's just to keep going with it, you know. So I want you to share your Instagram and your socials with everyone. And then they're already in the description box. So for everyone that's watching or who's going to watch after this live posts in the live section of my channel, everything's already in the description box. So make sure to follow him. But I want him to go ahead and introduce that as well.
I'm sorry, I don't know what just happened.
Did you hear me?
No, it had went out because it said my screen was taking a break. I'm sorry.
Okay. I was just wanting you to share your socials with everybody. So they're already down in the description box, but just go ahead and like say them out and where people can find you.
Oh yeah, I lost my TikTok, so no more TikTok.
Sad.
But I am on Instagram,
You want to
JOSH.
give a story? You want to give a story on how you lost your TikTok?
Yes, I don't upgrade your phone. If you have a phone and you still have TikTok on there and it doesn't, and your phone's messed up or anything, hold off until they put it back on the App Store. Because if you upgrade or change your phone, you will lose TikTok. The app will be on there, but you will not be able to click on it or update it. And all those Canada change your time zone to Canada App Store thing that doesn't work either. And stop letting these people get views off of you. They're just trying to farm views to make you believe that you're gonna get TikTok back when you're not.
He has completely debunked all the scams.
Yeah,
Guys,
no. They say
don't
get a
go for it.
VPN and blah blah blah. Unless they're gonna do it for you, I suggest you don't listen to them. But yeah, I'm on Instagram. I am on Facebook. My Instagram is JOSH underscore KENNEDY underscore underscore. Just Josh Kennedy. Make it simple. Um, I don't really be on anywhere else though. Maybe Twitter, but that's Lord Moldy Butt, and we're not getting into that.
Just kidding. All right, that was hilarious. So we're just gonna skip over that. Yeah. So make sure to connect with him on social medias. Is there any singing videos that we can find of you on there?
No,
Or
unfortunately, I have yet to post a single video of me actually singing.
well,
I
guess
probably
what? You
should
can
do
just
that.
sing now.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
want to give us like a little snippet of just something like sprinkle, just something?
Let me think. What's a song that has been on my heart? I'm trying to think. Hmm. Oh, he said sing now. Well then, okay. I definitely got to find something. What you think?
I guess you wonder. Since that was your winning song, I mean,
You
it was part of your winning.
okay? Bet. Here, let me. Do I have my speaker out here?
Well, we can't do that because then I'm gonna get copyrighted. So it's not
Oh
gonna.
yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Right. Right.
You
No.
can just
No
give us
playing
a cool
music.
little 15 seconds to like just say the chorus or something.
Okay. I'll do it now. I gotta think because it starts off. I feel like I gotta be counted out.
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know how to count out
All
singers.
right. All right. Let me think. Let me
How do you
think.
count out a singer?
Oh. Oh. Wait a minute. Let me.
This is exciting. So I think he went to go find a song, guys.
Okay. I'm back.
Okay, he's back.
Okay. I'm gonna sing John Redcorn by Sarah.
Oh my god.
I love that song. Okay. Alone, every night alone. Why am I alone when I know that you want me to? Am I wrong? Tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me I deserve all the things that you're putting me through. Oh, I really wish I had the music.
Yeah, it's okay. We just want a little sprinkle.
Yeah,
But you guys can literally hear his vocals, and
just
he
a
already
little
won the
bit.
competition. It's all proven. He is an amazing singer, and that was John. What was that again? John Pepper Red Corn.
John
John
Red.
John Pepper Sesame Seed. Thank you, Pico, in the comments. I
Yeah,
missed
I
that
can do
earlier.
better. I feel like I do better with the music. Like I do better with something in the back. Because it helps to follow the tempo.
Yeah.
I can
No,
sing
no, no, no.
anything.
You're good. Honestly, you're good. It sounded amazing. Like, do you want to sing more? You want to sing another one, or what's going on? But
I'll do the Snow Allegra one. I'll do the
yeah,
song. I guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find a love within. Now I came back to let you
mm,
know that I'm into you and I can't let go.
I know that's
Now my friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in a daze from your love, you see. Now I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. Just a little something.
Amazing. I just love your singing, literally. So, his Instagram is Josh Kennedy underscore underscore, right?
Mhm.
Um, right?
Josh underscore Kennedy underscore.
Oh, Josh underscore Kennedy underscore.
Very recognizable, so.
Period. And then so make sure to go follow him on his social medias. Thank you so much for singing for us because I just love your singing so much. Joshua literally went from casual bar performances to winning the whole competition. Literally, so confidence is what got him here. And imagine what it could do for you if you want to feel re-inspired by all the gems he dropped today. Make sure to rewatch this video when it posts to my channel in like 10 or 15 minutes. It'll be in the live section. If you're watching the replay, you can also catch it in the live section. It'll just stay there on my page. And this is proof that mindset is literally everything. If you train your mind to want it, you can literally have it. So thank you, Joshua, so much for being on with me today.
Of course,
This was
this was
absolutely
really fun.
amazing. This was so fun. This was so fun. All right. I'll see you guys in my next video. Until
And
then,
ciao.
ciao.
Do I just leave?